Alrighty guys, welcome back to another LEGO set review from BrickByBrick, and today we have set number 40378. This is the Pluto and Goofy Brickheadz, containing 214 pieces and retailing for $14.99 in the United States. They're bringing back Brickheadz, I guess, and I'm happy about it because we get some cool Disney ones, and these will go really well with Mickey and Minnie from the 2018 range. So 2019 basically was a year without Brickheadz. You can see on the packaging we got some nice cartoon images of Pluto and Goofy. The back is like straight up yellow, which I think that's how they did the Mickey and Minnie ones, but it's just a little bit weird to just completely change the background color. There's also an ad for Donald Duck, which I do also have, and that review will be coming out soon. These are Brickheadz number 98 and 99, and to just show you the actual size of that brick on the front. So let's take a look at the two. All of the parts come out into, there are several bags, but none of them are numbered, so you just open them all up at the same time, and you do have the two instruction booklets, so you can choose which one to build first, or you can build it along with someone else. And these are actually not folded like most Brickheadz instructions are, because they do come in the larger box size. So I guess, like most individual Brickheadz are, I should say. But let's take a look at Goofy first. So overall, Goofy looks pretty recognizable, I should say, instantly. It's difficult to be confused about who this is supposed to be. First, they do make his feet longer, which is appropriate. Maybe it would have been nice if this, I don't know if I like that it goes up by a plate for the front section. I maybe would have liked this to just be plates, and then, or even just an additional 1x2 plate, because Goofy should be taller than he is here. That's the first thing to note. The proportions aren't perfect, but Goofy is a weirdly proportioned character, so it's not too bad. I do like how they got the teeth in there. It's a little bit weird from a straight down angle, but nobody's going to be looking at him like that. From like a front view, that looks pretty good. There's a print used on his torso there, which honestly wasn't even super necessary, but I appreciate that they included it. As far as the build goes, there's nothing too crazy special with this guy. I mean, the most interesting stuff that they do here is probably this to attach the teeth and the sides of his mouth. It's just a little bit of sideways building though, and nothing crazy that we haven't seen in a bunch of other Brickheadz. The ears can be articulated up and down. Probably best to leave them in a position sort of like that. It does have the eye section here, which they do make the whole thing white, and then just use the two Brickheadz eyes, which maybe to you looks a little bit out of proportion, but I personally think that it works pretty well. Maybe, I don't think that there's a way that they could have done any better. But he also has his hat, which is just a really simple brick build. He uses two jumper plates to offset that, and can just be hinged back and forth. And overall, maybe one other thing is that this is a little bit of a weird gap there, but other than that, it's a pretty well done Brickheadz. Nothing to complain about too much here. However, Pluto, on the other hand, while he doesn't use too many super interesting techniques, I think that he's easily the star of the show. They do a pretty good job of building him up here, and he's actually in a sitting position as a dog, and it just looks really good. Obviously, he is the smaller of the two in the set, but his ears are basically done the same way, except they're on the shorter bracketed pieces, and you get a little weird curve there, but that doesn't bother me much at all. I really like how they did Pluto's eyes, though. I think that works perfectly. It comes out pretty well. The one thing that's a little bit odd about it is that the reason that Goofy's whole forehead was occupied by white was because his eyes don't have a gap in the middle. There's nothing, there's like a line in between them, but that's impossible to really recreate in Brickheadz form. With Pluto, I guess technically it should have all been white like that, but I think that this does a better job of representing that there are two eyes there, but I really like how they got the white behind them and rounded it up really well. The top of his head is all studs, which is maybe a little bit weird, and maybe I would have liked to see that just tiled off, but they do get the little bump on the back of his head. He does have a tail, which is done with a little whip piece, and that works pretty well. It's maybe a little bit long, but I don't have that much of a problem with it. The real interesting techniques here come down here at the bottom, where this is built in 4 wide, and uses jumper plates to offset the 3 wide head and his front 2 legs. So he just comes together like that. There's that one orange bracket, just because it doesn't exist in this color, which is a little bit of a shame that they couldn't recolor that one piece for this. But the good news is it's not very noticeable, and they do get his little collar there with just a 3x3 plate that's visible from all sides. And overall, I think that they did a pretty good job with this Brickheadz. The other thing is there's a little bit of a gap there, but that's again not too noticeable from most angles. I think that it's a good compromise for being able to get this sitting down position. Overall, this is a really I think it's the stronger of the two. Of course, most of what you're paying for in this set is Goofy. So if you just want Pluto, maybe that's a little bit unfortunate for you. But to get the pair of them, for $15, with this being the better of the two, I think I still think that that's fair. And the one thing that does work in this batch, just putting the two together, is the scale, because Goofy is actually relatively tall compared to Pluto, which Pluto is a little bit oversized compared to, say, Mickey or Minnie in Brickheadz form, but he works pretty decently in scale with Goofy. Goofy maybe again should be even bigger, but it works pretty decently, and I like the pairing of these two into one set, and it's just overall a nice little thing, and I am happy that came out with the Goofy and Pluto Brickheadz. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know if any of you guys are getting these newer Disney Brickheadz, and I will see you guys all next time. Bye everyone.